Next the question is, well then what happened? Why didn't it stay water world? Well, we know from the mid-Atlantic and mid-Pacific ridges that are under the middle of those oceans are very deep valleys. If you look at them on Google Earth or some other pictures, you could see they look like they were molten earth at one time, or molten rock that came out and pushed open like this and pushed up. And then the water coming in from the land above, of course there was already some water in them, but all that water together caused them to cool rather quickly, and it froze them in time, and that's just exactly what they looked like. They were frozen in time, but that cataclysmic event of all the Earth being broken up, it might have pushed up from both the Atlantic ridge and the Pacific ridge and pushed the land apart that then was, and pushed it up, so it actually became higher, and then caused the water to start to come, the flood that was on it, come off and back down into those ridges and fill them back up again. That would explain how the flood could have occurred. Also, there would have been left clouds, possibly for some time. The Earth may have been totally covered with clouds during all this event, and that would have caused a very cooling of the Earth and caused the ice age, an ice age, which of course we know there was an ice age, and it could have happened just after the flood, which would explain that. So all modeled together works pretty well to explain both what we see in nature, the evidence, which is not well explained by the current scientific paradigm. All they have is, right now, the best explanation you have is the fact that what they say is that one meteorite might have hit, like at the Yucatan Peninsula, and caused the demise of the world that was, and destroyed all the dinosaurs and all the animals and the life of that time and the vegetation. We know that it was all very suddenly buried under some cataclysmic event, because it all turned into oil and coal that we now have. And we know coal specifically is made of those things, because when they mine coal, they find the imprints of all the plants and stuff in the coal, or even whole trees, tree trunks and stuff still made of coal, turned into coal, but they're still identifiable as trees. And of course, oil itself is made of the dead bodies of animals and plants that didn't fully decompose because they were so suddenly buried. They had no oxygen for bacteria to decompose them, so they became oil. So that all is explained in this one idea that science should take a better, closer look at. It's a much better explanation than one meteorite causing the whole Earth, just a cataclysm over the whole Earth. One reason they believe there was a meteorite was because there was this telltale layer of material that comes from asteroids or meteorites. But the model of there being rings around the Earth with dust and asteroids and meteorite in them also explains that layer even better, because that layer is found all over the Earth, not just in one spot where one meteorite ran across it. So there is lots of better explanations to mankind, available to mankind, if we would just close down our biases. Like materialistic secular science right now will not allow any scientific theory or paradigm which would support the Bible in any way, which is is really putting blinders on science. The way science should really work is following the truth no matter where it leads. Instead, they have science can only work as long as it gives us naturalistic, materialistic explanations for everything, and it can't suggest that there's any truth to the Bible, which is really pretty silly. So if the world's ever going to grow up, unless the Lord has to return and destroy the wicked people that now seem to be in charge, if they want to repent and be part of a glorious world and make it grow up, then they need to repent from these ideas of pure materialism, pure naturalistic answers, and their idea that they can't have any idea that might support the Bible is just plain rubbish. Thank you.